I mentioned that I'm a bit self-conscious about some of the ideas I've had for this channel, but I've listened to a bunch of music made with AI, and I'm just like, I love this music, and I know that a human types the lyrics. And I type lyrics a lot. You may be like, what kind of lyrics are you typing? I can show you, but I also need the guts to actually upload footage of that. Because a lot of people are critical of this technology for good reason, and that's why I'm self-conscious, but I really need to get over that. Because so many other people are just fine using it, and it doesn't bother them. The way that I may fear that it could bother other people. Like, does anyone really care? I'm pretty sure the answer to this question is no. Anyway, I'm almost finished recording for this event because the event is almost over. But the reason I used my gems on it was because I really wanted to keep doing the raid boss. I haven't had much time to actually think about things, but when it comes to this channel, I would love to expand my direction with it beyond just playing games. And when I started playing this game, it was more of a comfort thing than anything else. And also, well, it was a creative thing. I didn't really know what else I wanted to do with this channel. I didn't actually, I didn't even think about using generative AI at all because I just don't remember. Oh my god, I messed up. Anyway, I just don't remember. Uh, why did I do that? Anyway, I just remember that it was easy to decide to play this game as opposed to making my own content without it. But it won't be around forever, and while I do want to have as much fun with this game as I can while it's alive, I have already been thinking about other ways to make content on this channel, which I need to prove because I'm starting to think that no one actually believes that. But the main thing is, I've just always wanted to use this channel as as a form of creativity and self-expression. And it was never about just playing a single game or two or whatever. It was always going to be about many forms of creativity and self-expression. And this game was just a way for me to ease into content creation without flipping my shit. And I was very uncomfortable at first when I first started. But I also knew that I really seemed to be serious about wanting to do this. So I did it. And I do feel like I benefited a lot from doing so. Because I'm less self-conscious about saying certain things. But as I grow into that a bit more, I'm also self-conscious about the content I want to create, and because I'm not sure it's good. Like, sure, other people are okay with this technology and using it, and it's cool. Why bother caring about it that much? But here's the thing when it comes to that type of content. I also just don't think that the content I'm making is as good as what I'm seeing. And while I don't need my content to be super good in order to create it, it's just like I still wish I was better though. And here's the other thing. I actually heard a suggestion to just, do a poll. And that's funny because I'm just sitting here like a poll. I don't think I had the subscriptions for a poll, guys. I don't think the amount of subscribers I have would help. Some people might vote in the poll, sure, but I really don't think I have the subscribers to justify one. Now, if I had 1,000, 2,000, maybe a poll would work. But I know that with this many subscribers, I really don't think a poll is going to help. I don't think many people would vote in the poll. Like, I'm barely on the platform doing much of anything. I am still making videos, but you guys wouldn't know that because I haven't been uploading them. I'm self-conscious about them, and that's because I'm self-conscious for a lot of stupid reasons. It's not that strange when you think about it. And the main reason it's not that strange is because, well, it's just, I started out being self-conscious. And I'm also a perfectionist, so I'm sure that plays into it as well. But as a perfectionist, I also realize that in order for proper engagement and views, my content has to be better. And I don't think necessarily that my content is bad. It's just, I'm not uploading consistently. Do I really think I'm going to build an audience like this? The lack of consistency is doing some serious damage here. I'm just going to be honest. And again, I do I just do not understand what is going on in my brain. Anyway, I know some people may suggest that maybe I should learn how to sing if I want to make music, but to those people I say I don't really think that the way I'm functioning is going to result in a good product. I don't think you would enjoy listening to music that I make right now. Even with practice, I just would stumble too much. And that sucks, but at least I can create music in some form. And the lyrics are, again, typed by me. I took a bunch of curse lyrics, by the way, and they often do reference videos that I've created. So I do think that if I ever make music on this site, I should probably keep that content on this channel. Because, honestly, why wouldn't I? It seems that I just want to make a bunch of references to what I create. Okay, but I don't really know how many people would understand the references. I mean, they're kind of obscure in a number of ways, and if you don't watch my content very often, some of the things I have ideas for would really, no one would care. No one would care. And as much as that sucks, that's just reality. 625,000, that's good. That's a pretty good score. I like that score. And now let me see. Is that the highest? Yeah, it's the highest so far, apparently. And that's fantastic. I am pretty satisfied with my performance so far. And now the only thing I'm not satisfied with is just the fact that I want to do a bunch of things and I'm self-conscious when everyone else is just doing it. They are just doing it. They don't give a fuck about what people are saying or whether or not this technology is damaging the environment. They're just having fun. And I just want to do the same thing. But it's like, there's a bit of conflict, honestly. And that conflict is, again, based on the fact I actually care about the environment and all sorts of other things that make this technology controversial. I care about all of the problems with it. And that's why I'm scared to make content for it, because it's just, people are likely to criticize me for the videos being made with AI. But if we're going to be honest here, what? Hold on a second. What did I do with the card? Did I get rid of it? I think I may have gotten rid of it. Okay, I returned it to the extra deck. That was not a good idea. The extra deck, I returned it to my main deck. Do I not read my own decisions? Apparently, I don't. Okay, this could have been a lot better than it turned out being, and I messed up as usual. Alright. That sucks. A lot. But we're going to see if I can make this work. I'm skeptical. Actually, it doesn't matter how my hand opened. I don't have good protection. Shit. I think I'm screwed. But that's okay because I can keep going. Anyway, I will probably end up going through with every creative direction I want this channel to go in. I will probably end up doing it anyway, and then I'll just deal with crippling anxiety elsewhere. But really, I want this technology to be less dangerous to use. Although, when I do upload any music whatsoever, I actually do not know how that will be received, even if you don't give a fuck why or how it was created. And because I just can't say how people would feel about my music. They haven't heard it. No, some people might be like, "Is it really real music? If you haven't been the one singing the lyrics." Well, I typed the lyrics. I decided on the genre. I decided on a number of things. I think that I spent so much time on the lyrics that I took enough creative. I did it enough to count it as something that I made. Granted, I don't own the voices necessarily. Now the music I create is supposed to sound like me, but even though I uploaded my voice, I'm not convinced the music is me. I'm not convinced the music I make is actually my voice. I'm just not convinced. So I'm just not going to take credit for the voice because I just don't think it's mine. But I can take credit for the lyrics, which is what I actually. That's my main part in the creative process here. My main participation is, in fact, the lyrics themselves. And the genre. The genre is itself another way that I contribute. Because I decide what kind of genre I want, I decide the gender of the singer, which of course in my case is female, but I do have ideas for songs for other genders, and that does mean having to use a voice that isn't mine. I cannot just warp my voice to sound like any voice I want, which I wish I could, but I can't. So to some extent, to make music, I really had to make use of tools that some people criticize, but I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to listen. You don't have to listen, trust me. Insufficient items. Okay, let me go deal with that. Let me go deal with that. I am offended. Rebecca, I'm just gonna take you out right now here. Dude, you look like. You look like, how do I say this without being worse than I already am? I don't know. I really just don't. And now, in terms of other things I could create besides just music, I have already expressed that I want to play other games on this channel, and I've expressed that I want to make videos about my personal experiences, and I have done that, but if you ask me, I don't know if I did that very well. And I've taken a break from that because I don't feel like I was covering it in the way that I wanted to. And I think that I can do better. So now that I believe I'm starting to gain a better understanding of how I want to cover that content, I do hope I get back to it eventually. But when I do return to it, it's going to be a bit awkward after this period of radio silence about it. A self-destruct ant. Self-destruct ant. Self-destruct ant. What the fuck? Wow. Anyway, that's a very interesting card. I'm not saying it's a good card, but interesting name. Okay, I'm going to go around and I'm just going. You're not leveling up Serenity, so you're gonna steal the legendary. I mean the standard characters. So you're gonna steal the standard Duelist. And then after this, I hope I have the currency to go back and do Nash. This channel was always about my self-expression more than just a single game, but I don't think anyone buys into that. Granted, when it comes to the other ideas I have for this channel, it's not like this franchise is entirely exclusive from that content. Like in many of the lyrics I've typed, there are plenty of references to me playing this game. And the franchise as a whole, really. Bastion, you're back. Are you here because you're mad that I called you out for running naked? Are you mad that I did that? But you did. That was your decision. You are not brainwashed. No one held a gun to you and was like, you must run naked. Yes, run naked. You must or you will die. That was your own decision, dude. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't, I don't know, but you've got some interesting taste. I don't know if I'm insulting you or not, though. Am I insulting you? I don't know. Wow, imagine. I'm just like, am I insulting someone? I don't know. Wow, that really, I'm sure plenty of people are questioning how I could possibly. Like, obviously, most of the time you would imagine I do know if I'm insulting someone. I would like you to return that card to your hand, please. Because I'm annoying as fuck. Well, some people think that about my active character. But some people probably think the same about me. Still, doesn't really matter. I don't care. Okay. Now go back to, whatever you're doing. I'm not sure where you are right now, but you were last seen running naked. And that's just embarrassing, dude. I still maintain that I don't need to see him naked. I don't. I really don't. And I don't know, um, Hassleberry. Oh, Hassleberry just showed up. Are you here because I forgot that you dueled Sartorius? Well, your dino DNA somehow protected you from a supernatural force. I still don't know how that works, but okay. I mean, to be fair, He does seem to be part dinosaur. Like, they really played into that. Especially at the end of season 2. I mean, I should know. I just watched it. I just watched it. Yes, I did. I will be on season 3 sometime later. Later. Oh god. I think that I'm going to be in pain. And not for the reasons that I probably should be. As you might imagine, I have a lot of episodes to get through before I can actually properly enjoy it. And you may be like, what? I have to sit through Adrian's screen time. Adrian is boring as fuck. Screw him, screw everything he stands for. I'm not necessarily sure that I remember what he stands for, but whatever it is, it got in the way of Yubel's plans, and quite frankly, that's weird. That's just so weird. Like, what the fuck? Okay, what is wrong with you, Bastion? I really should ask this question during season 3. And the main reason that I know that in season 3 he is alive, well, I keep remembering that because someone had to bring Jaden back from the pits of hell. That hell being the fact that, well, he did a bunch of awful shit. You know, because of the Supreme King and all that. Now, I do know that some people explained it to me, sort of, but I still don't know if I fully understand it. I wonder if the original did a better job explaining it. I will see. It will be a while before I get there, but when I finally do get there, dear God, I will be that much closer to Adrian dying, and that will be pleasant for me. I want to see Adrian die. I want to see him in pain and suffering. I want to see him in as much pain as possible. I want to hear him scream for every single time that he bored me. Like, for real cringe. I heard you're not supposed to like Adrian. Well, sure, but most people don't have an issue with Adrian because they get bored by his screen time. Their problems with Adrian come from other things. My problem is entirely different. Okay, I think I can go back now. Let me see, 1 minute. Uh, assisting. Okay. I just know that that number is very important. It's a very important detail, you see. Okay, so I like how it says there's what, 9 hours until this raid ends? No, that's not true. That really isn't. That's a lie. It's bullshit. Don't buy into that. It's the last day of the event. That's why I'm playing so much of it. It's been a while since I bothered to actually duel the raid boss over and over and over in a video. Quite frankly, I wasn't even sure if it would happen with this event. But then something happened. I'm not quite sure I know what that something is. But it was something, and that's quite interesting to me. It's just interesting to me. I'm sure you would understand if, well, I understood, but I don't. You might be like, what the hell are you on about? Well, guys, I don't see, I don't think that I'm going to win this. Because I don't have any protection against Nash. I will have to come back in a second. But I didn't check how much currency I have for coming back to this duel. You know, would it be a bad decision for him to take out one of my monsters? It could actually help instead. No, no, what was I thinking? Of course it's not. So I'm looking forward to the other things I do with this channel. Mainly because I just want to remind people that this game isn't all of it. I do have other plans for it. Mainly because I acknowledge that it will not be around forever. And I think it's fine to acknowledge this, except, oh shit. Okay, alright, I see. I am the offended. You may be like, I don't care. Well, I don't care about your opinion. You may be like, who the hell are you talking to? A good question. Excuse me while I try to determine what is going on with my life. Error, I cannot figure that out. This is embarrassing. I must be quite honest with all of you. The embarrassment is real. Well, if I had any reason to be less embarrassed, you know what, this is just terrible. This is terrible, what the hell? I'm going to attack. Maybe I should just... Alright, great. You're going to destroy me. Okay, got it. I'm going to have to check and see how much currency I have, but I just don't think that it's enough for another round of this. I do like how I keep making references to my own content, like people actually care to watch it. Now, people would care to watch it if I would actually be consistent with uploads. Maybe one day I will go back to that. It definitely starts with being less self-conscious. I just think that things are escalating to a point where I've been through so much shit that I'm kind of changing to an extent. And now other people also change, and that's completely normal. Understandable. But what isn't as understandable is, well, the way that I am, to be honest. There's just no way to actually explain that. Okay, can I still buy high level cards? High level cards, I meant pendants. Pendants, okay. Guys, I'm going to end the video. And when I come back, hopefully I will have all the resources I need to properly wrap things up. And finally, I at least fixed my voice. I mean my microphone. Dear God.